So this is the Fairground Oaks. It's the complement to the Louisiana Derby. It's an Oaks Prep. It's a Grade 2 with the 11th race on the card, Saturday card at Fairgrounds. And it's running a mile and a 16th for 3-year-old fillies. When we take a look at the field, a lot of these are very familiar faces, most notably Vivi's Dream, Tarifa, who just won the Rachel Alexandra, and Intricate came off the bench following a really nice goldenrod to get a second in the Rachel Alexandra. And we've got a couple of new shooters, Our Pretty Woman and Midsummer March, who are kind of interesting, as well as Lucky Got Game is making a foray into the stakes race the first time. And we've got Vivi's Dream, who was a pretty good 2-year-old last year, and Alpine Princess as well. So it's a small field, but it is it's pretty. I think it's a little top heavy. We'll take a look at them one at a time as we do, and we'll see that first of all we don't have a confirmed front runner. Now, you can say that Alpine Princess perhaps might be coaxed to get to the lead, and that might be probably the only chance that she'll have in this race, in my opinion. She has her 2 graded stakes efforts have been extremely disappointing, particularly the Rachel Alexandra. She had every chance in that race, had no excuses whatsoever, just was not good enough. The Untappable has not been flattered by the dud that West Omaha ran over at Oaklawn. So if you look at her better efforts, they really haven't been against stellar fields. And her graded stakes efforts being as subpar as they are, I don't like her in this spot at all. And Brad Cox is a great trainer, but you can't train class into a horse, in my opinion. So Alpine Princess is a toss. Our Pretty Woman is making her foray into the stakes race, stakes field. She's had 2 solid efforts at Fairgrounds, both at a mile and a 16th, won both of them, and did improve a little bit better in the allowance ranks. The big appeal here is that she is a front runner in a race that's pretty much devoid of early pace. And much like Track Phantom, she gets on the lead and she gets bold, may be hard to run down. She looks like she has some talent. Her speed figures are comparable to the better horses in this race, Intricate and Tarifa. Granted, she hasn't done it at the stakes level, but does look like she's on the upswing. So with another move forward, she could be tough to beat, and you're going to get a price. So to me, Our Pretty Woman makes a lot of sense in this race, particularly for a value play. Probably more likely to be under, but I do like her chances in this race. Accommodate Eva, the Dallas Stewart, ubiquitous graded stakes entry with a horse that just doesn't belong. Her efforts against better fields have not been solid. She's had a couple of stakes wins at Fairgrounds, but been beating up on ungraded fields. And the last one, while she did win drawing away, she just had no competition in that race, really. And I don't think she belongs in this race, and she's a toss to me. Vivi's Dream came off the bench and really didn't do much in the Rachel Alexandra. I think it's more a question of her limitations distance-wise. That's 2 in a row around 2 turns where she did not fare well. We could certainly say that she needed a race. That's true. But when you see 2 races in a row with a horse really backing up like she was, around 2 turns, I just don't think that she wants it. Being by Matoli, we have seen that is becoming a bit of a limitation for Matoli's. So Vivi's Dream, I think the price is going to be too short. I don't really want any part of. If you like her, maybe underneath for the try of the Super, if she can hang in there, but I don't see it likely. Midsummer March is the other Kenny McPeak, and as we know, Kenny McPeak's, who knows, what you're going to get. This one just ran a pretty good maiden race against a very weak field, but drew off nicely. I don't know that she showed a lot of big turn of foot that I would get extremely excited about, but if you consider some of the limitations of others in this field, she does have the potential to get up underneath in the exotics. So Midsummer March to me is a use, but only at the bottom of the try or the Super. Tarifa and Intricate are basically, to me, the 1-2 choices here, and it's a matter of your preference. I'm going to go with Intricate, and I'll tell you why. Tarifa ran a nice race in the Rachel Alexandra last time, ran down a field that, there were a couple horses there that maybe we weren't quite as good as we thought, particularly around 2 turns, most notably Vivi's Dream and Alpine Princess. But she did win and did show some improvement from her race prior. But the thing is, she's only run in races where the pace has been pretty slow. Now, the fact that she comes off the pace, maybe you can give her a little upgrade of her chances because of that. But I don't know. To me, it speaks more to the class of the field she's running against than it does anything else. And I still think she's a viable win candidate here, and certainly will get the distance without any problem. And if she does take a move forward, she is definitely one of the two, to me, that are most logical to win this. But I do just have that little question mark. When you see slow paces a couple races in a row, then you kind of got to wonder if she's really that good, if maybe the quality of the field wasn't as good as we thought. So that's just kind of a little thing. It's picking, splitting hairs, no question about it. But I think you have to between Intricate and Tarifa. Now, the reason I like Intricate is the Goldenrod was a pretty classy race. She ran a really good field. And if you look at the pace fractions, they were a little quicker. And it just tells me that maybe Intricate is a little better horse. That's really all I'm saying. She ran a good second coming off the bench. Likely needed a race. Brendan Walsh, he's 20%, was second off the layoff. And you get Tyler Gaffalione. The fact that she came off the bench and ran a good second and had every chance, I think is an extremely good sign. And so I'm going with Intricate as the horse to beat here, but I think Tarifa is the most viable. Lucky Got Game is a closer. Okay, Fairgrounds, didn't beat much in the last race. Fractions were improved for a late runner, but really isn't going to have much to pace to run to here, I don't think. But has the possibility, has a puncher's chance as the lone closer. I think underneath is more likely Try or the Super. So we take a look at our wagering strategy for the value play, and I think it's either Tarifa or Intricate here. But our Pretty Woman being on the front end with not a lot of challenge from horses who are going to be comfortable sticking around late, I think has a pretty good chance here. And I think you're going to get a price as the lone front runner. So why not go for it? Go across the board with a value play. For the exacta, we're going to box Intricate and Tarifa as the most logical. But then we're going to key box Intricate with Midsummer March, Tarifa, and Our Pretty Woman. Midsummer March is kind of a grinder, and maybe the fact that some of the others have some class or distance limitations maybe keeps in the race a little longer, and so maybe you can just grind out a second. That's the reason I'm keeping her in the mix. And then the trifecta will go Intricate, Tarifa, 5-6, 5-6 with 2-4-7, and take a stab. It's not going to pay much. I don't know how good a betting race this is, but if we're going to have an upset, I think it's going to be Our Pretty Woman. But in my opinion, Intricate is the horse to beat.